Okay, I got another comment here. Chevy says, um, how would you how would you mentor one to go from a IT help desk tier 2 to an entry level SOC analyst role prior to grabbing Security Plus? How would I mentor somebody going from IT help desk tier 2? Okay, so what I would do if I was mentoring somebody who was going from IT help desk tier 2s, first of all, I'll tell you how valuable your work is. I mean, a lot of times on the help desk, um, this is coming from somebody who started on the help desk. You don't get the proper love and respect that you deserve. Your upper level tiers who are firewall specialists or network engineers or whatever the hell, they kind of look down upon you, right? They get all the cool stuff, they get all the recognition or whatever, and the IT guys are kind of the IT help desk people kind of not. I don't want to say shit on, but not given the proper respect that they deserve. So, number one, I would say IT help desk people deserve way more respect than they get. They're the ones who are making sure that things are working properly. So the first thing I would do as a mentor is show you how much security work you already do. Why I say security work is because GRC is tied to a lot of cybersecurity stuff that people don't look at. So if you're trying to get into a SOC position, what you want to do is show how much security that you actually do. And what I'm doing here is I'm showing you one of the frameworks that very clearly explains how much security this is the security that's typically not looked at. Normally, when you think security, you're thinking, oh, we got to encrypt this and maybe VPNs, setting up all that stuff's legit. Like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that or whatever. I'll put that on your resume. But there's other things like inventory of controls, account management, audit log management, data recovery. So if you were going to GRC, I would tell you to be mindful of all these other parts and pieces of security that you need to go. Now, if you want to go into SOC analyst role, so a SOC analyst is going to be way more technical. You're going to have to get your lab. You're going to have to get sharp on your lab. So some of the places you want to go for this, off the top of my head, I haven't done this in a long time, but Kali Linux is one of the best tools to learn some of the security tools that they have out there. So there was a site called Offensive Security, and they have a bunch of awesome training resources and downloadables. And I used to come here all the time back when it was Backtrack, long ass time ago. And they've evolved to something completely different that has taken over the world. You don't have to pay $3,000 to do this stuff, by the way. You don't have to do that. There's other ways to go about this. You can set up your own lab and do this yourself. The things that you want to learn is this. This is, I believe, this is still free. See this stuff right here? You can still download a lot of this stuff. This is what I used to do when I was really into this. I would download a virtual machine and I would run this on my local system. I would use VMware. That was my virtual machine of choice. These days, you can do even more stuff. They've got virtual machines you could use on AWS has them. Azure has it. I don't know that you could. I'm not sure how much hacking tools you can put on those, but you can do this on your own local machine with VMware and VirtualBox. Download on your local machine, right? Just going through downloading it and making it work is going to be something you're going to learn a whole bunch of technical things that most 99.9% of the world don't know or don't want to know. And then start hacking on your own system. Once you get the virtualization set up, you can set up 2 different virtualization. This is what I used to do. And then I would have a virtualization of my system where I have a virtualized operating system, where Windows 10 or whatever, and then I have virtualized instance of Kali Linux, and then I would use Kali Linux to attack the other one. And then what I was doing is learning how to go through the logs. What does it look like when you're attacking somebody in the logs? How do you turn the logs on? How do you manage the logs properly so it doesn't overflow the system? Those are the kinds of things you want to learn. And they have a ton of resources and documentation on offensive security. That's a really good one. Another place where they have great resources is the SANS.org. Has a bunch of great documents, great resources for you to learn. SANS.org. If you go to, how do you get there? You got find training. There also have some expensive ass training, but there's also some stuff on here for free that you can go through. SANS has they're the guys who have the GCIH, the GCIA, and a bunch of other forensics tools that you can go ahead and try. Another certification that you could probably look into that people frown upon, but it's still pretty dope, is EC Council. CEH is going to show you a lot of the tools that you're going to use to that attack tools, and the methodologies of hackers and things like that. What you're looking for is like, what does it look like? What, as a defender, you're going to be a SOC analyst, right? As a defender, what does it look like as an attacker? How does the attacker, what's their mindset to get into your network? And then what does it look like when they do the attack? Once you start understanding that, it makes you way more valuable to a SOC analyst in a SOC analyst type role. So I'm just encouraging you to like round out your experience. Another thing you can do is what's another resource? Hack the Box is another place where you can start learning some of the tools. And these days, depending on where you're at as far as what industry you're working in as a SOC analyst, you might have to have exposure to the MITRE ATT&CK framework. MITRE ATT&CK framework has a breakdown of tools and tactics that a hacker uses to get into your network, and then how to defend against those things. So if you're familiar with it, it's going to help you to be able to articulate how to defend against and what kinds of attacks that they might they might come at you with. So MITRE ATT&CK framework is another good one. Here's the site right here. I'm still looking for the damn site. Here it is right here, MITRE ATT&CK framework. And you'll see like different types of techniques that hackers use to get into your network. This stuff becomes important as a SOC analyst, and knowing that what hackers normally do is do reconnaissance on a network, and then what kinds of tools they use and techniques they use: active scanning, gathering victim host information, kind of getting a footprint of what's going on so they can know where to attack and then how to attack, what resources they can use to get you. And that kind of gets you in the mindset, okay, what do we need to protect to make sure that we don't have information in a public environment to where they can exploit it. So I hope that helps you. I gave you a couple of different places you can go to. That's what I would do if I was mentoring somebody. That's not my field of expertise, to be honest with you. I did it a long time ago, so I'd be a better mentor for like a GRC type stuff. Could I teach this stuff? I don't know. Maybe with a few months of going through it, I could probably get back into it.